And the time right now, 6:15 on your Sunday evening. Another very nice day out there across our state. Temperatures a bit warmer today, though. Some towns did reach 90, but did we reach it in the Hartford area? I'll show you that in just a second. Right now, a live look outside in Old Saybrook. Notice how there are some people heading back to the marina. A few high, thin clouds out there, but looking pretty good. Can't complain at this hour. Now, in the Hartford area, we were 1 degree short of 90, so officially our heat wave did not begin today. Tomorrow, we'll reach that 90, if not exceed it. Overnight, we were closer to our 63, but still a few degrees below average. Coming up for tonight, we'll be much closer, if not a degree or two above that 63. But our first alert weather days, they are for tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday. The heat, a bit of mugginess, it really starts to increase by Wednesday and leads to heat index values up to 95 degrees. So any plans outdoors, just the typical things, seek shade, AC if you can, and of course, as always, stay hydrated. If you work outside, it's going to be a tough week, at least the first 3 days of it anyway. Tomorrow, we could have air temperatures in the lower to possibly middle 90s. By Tuesday, the same deal, 90 to about 95 degrees. And even on Wednesday, a very, very warm day with those winds straight out of the south and southwest. And by Wednesday, we'll be pumping in some more humidity. So the heat risk map, especially by Wednesday, notice moderate for the entire state, but some major issues just off to the west with these red shadings. So we'll see if some of that gets extended into Connecticut. Either way, no heat advisories just yet. There's a few off towards the north. We'll see if those get extended to here in Connecticut. Either way, we'll be adding a few 90-degree days to our tally, and we're already at 18, so all we need is 2 to get our annual average, and there's still plenty of summer left, so likely exceeding that number by a good amount this year. First alert live radar scans the state dry. We really need the rain. We haven't seen it in over a week, and with very limited rain chances this week, we could start to see anyway some drought issues across parts of the state. Temperatures out there right now, though, still very warm. 89 in the Hartford area, 89 in Tolland, 87 in Meriden, 85 in Waterbury, still 88 degrees in Danbury. Cooler to the south and east, Groton right now coming in at 77. Dew points, though, notice where the humidity really is. It's towards the south and the east with that wind right off of the water, but everybody else still fairly comfortable, 50s to 60. You'll notice the humidity increase, especially with all the heat that's on the way, especially by Wednesday. Notice we stay in that low category, but Wednesday it spikes, and then Thursday before briefly dropping on Friday, but our indications are it'll come back by the weekend. Getting you a quick look at the tropics, there's now an area, this area we talked about yesterday, a 90% chance of development over the next week. It looks very likely at this point that we'll be seeing something, and you can see already getting some good amount of spin to it. But the issues going forward, they won't be any wind shear or any cooler waters or Saharan dust that can really limit it. But right now, the spaghetti plot, this is where all the models show, at least at this point, a curve to the north. But with all the warm water out there and with things really a week out before there's going to be any direction of this taking that northerly turn is all going to be dependent upon an area of high pressure with clockwise flow around it. If that comes a little bit closer, this has the opportunity to then head up closer towards the eastern seaboard. But if this backs off and stays farther towards the west, we'll get that turn a bit sooner. This is what we're hoping for. We want to keep this way out to sea because likely becoming our first hurricane of the season. The next name on the list is Aaron. But forecast lows for tonight, closer to home. Looking at those 60s, it's seasonably cool, but not as cool as it's been over the past few nights. Tomorrow, likely day one of our next heat wave, 91 degrees in the Hartford area, 92 up at Bradley, mid to upper 80s to near 90 along the shoreline. Your first alert 7-day forecast, notice those string of first alert weather days for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Chance for an isolated storm late Wednesday and on Thursday. Those chances are very, very low, though. And then by Friday, looking like a nice day before that humidity comes back by Saturday and into Sunday. Temperatures by then back up to near 90 about a week from now. So a very summer-like forecast, Cassidy.
It is still August. Thanks, Scott.